Hi guys, it's Andy, and as I promised you before, we will create a simple website to wrap up everything we've learned so far, with addition of some CSS rules and tags, and this website will be more like a personal portfolio. Of course, it will be a Master's Yoda portfolio, because who else's website you want to create more than this one? And I will make more precise video on each of the rules we will discover now, but for this time we'll just check them out. So for this project I've created a new folder called Yoda, as you see, and there is an index file to hold up all our markup. Actually, at this point, with index file selected, we can turn on live preview. So live preview is turned on, and as you see, there is nothing inside our document, but the page is displayed. This happens because we don't actually need to specify HTML head and body tags in the latest versions of HTML, as browser does that for us. And we can see that when opening a developer tools by pressing Command-Alt-I at Mac and Ctrl-Shift-I on Windows. And as you see here, browser creates HTML head and body tag for us. So if I will type in body here and then create an h1 tag here, as you see, only body tag is changing. So as I said before, the thing is, for any good website, you need all the functionality as well as of HTML and head tags. So let's just create a basic markup like Emmet allows us to do. Just put an exclamation point and then press tab. If h1 is still displayed, you can just reload the page and it disappears. And then we can continue working on our website. And as you remember, there are 3 sections. Usually first screen on a landing page is something like information about what this website is dedicated to, or if it's a personal portfolio, it's something like an image and maybe basic information about the person. And this is what we will do with this one. So let's create another section. For this purpose, let's use tag called section, and we need 3 sections, as I said, and let's give them a space in between. I will put a link under the video with all the assets and designs, and the PSD file inside can be opened with Photoshop if you want to interact with the raw PSD file. But for this video only, I think the assets, which are images, would be just fine. And it's time to create another folder, which I will call image. And of course, we'll put all the images inside. Another interesting thing we can do is to create a file, which I will call example.html, with body and image inside. So the image source will be image/design, and as you see, we have our design in this window. Usually you will use PSD or sketch files as a design example, or to look up for sizes, fonts, texts, but for these particular websites we don't need this. The purpose of this website is to show you that you can actually create websites. The pixel perfectness comes after. I will specify a style attribute for our image tag, and the parameter I will change will be width, which should be specified to 100%. And as you see, the image is now 100% width of the browser, which makes it easier to look at. You might ask why we won't use this exact image as a website, and the answer is simple: because you cannot interact with this website. You cannot click on elements, you cannot select the text, and it's super bad for search engine optimization, since the website will not shown there at all, as it has no text, no keywords, nothing. Basically what I mean, this is not actually a website, this is just an image. Let's select our index page again and open example folder as another tab in the browser. This is it. You will just look up to it if it's necessary, and everything will be here. All the magic is inside the index.html. Oh, and of course the section tag. So this is basically the same as div, except you want to put a heading inside each section tag, because with this you create a logical separation on the page. Well, it would be careful to say that logical separation actually goes to headings and structural separation goes to the markup. So with this tag you create a structural separate section. So it of course better to give it a heading. And now with everything prepared, we're actually ready to start developing our first website. Let's do this, guys, and see you in the next video.